Abena, nice to have you here. How is Prague going for you?
Thanks for having me. Prague is going very well. I just arrived yesterday, first time in Prague, and I really love it so far.
Except for the weather.
Exactly.
Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself. You have a background actually in TradFi, right? So what made you come into DeFi?
Yes, exactly. I have a traditional finance background, but my innate curiosity brought me to crypto and DeFi because I just want to combine those two worlds between finance and tech, and yeah, that's why I ended in DeFi.
And what is different in DeFi than it is in TradFi for you? What is like working in DeFi? How is that different than working in TradFi?
It's a little bit roller coaster because it's a little bit less predictable, but I think we're currently at the forefront of a new revolution or evolution of existing financial system. I think it's very inclusive, it's accessible, it opens up new opportunities and also enables for those who want to take accountability over the assets. It's an opportunity, yes.
Okay, great. Let's talk a little bit more about like inclusion and accessibility. So you're also part of a movement called Bankless Africa. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Bankless Africa is like the African branch of Bankless DAO. It's more an organization where we educate people about Web3, decentralized finance, always on the African context and highlighting use cases, educating people, having podcasts, etc. And yes, I'm very much engaged and I enjoy being there.
And what would be the use cases that would be especially like favorable for the African context?
Definitely having access to financial services, which a large amount of people have been excluded before due to regulations and other requirements. And also, I think Web3 social is also something that has great potential in the African context.
Okay, and but one last follow-up question on that. What is how do you think that the African perspective could shape crypto as a space a bit more? Like, what could change if we had a bit more African perspective in what we're doing?
I think could definitely change in terms of tech skills, because I think the demographics is in Africa context is very young population, and I think it might shift being the huge labor force. And what also could change is DeFi in Europe is completely different than DeFi in African context, and it also brings a little bit different solutions that could be not only applied not in African context, but maybe in Southeast Asian context, and brings a little bit more variety and diverse types of services and solutions.
All right, and conscious of time, one last follow-up question. You're also part of an organization called SheFi, Financial Freedom is Feminine. Did I get this right? Can you just elaborate on that very quickly?
Yeah, SheFi is a women-led educational network with the purpose of onboarding new women into Web3. And I was part of the cohort last year, and I also acted as a teaching instructor last cohort. And it's mainly 3 pillars of education, empowerment, and also experimenting. And yeah, that's mainly about it.
All right, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you.